Introduction plus Eurofighter Typhoon. Introduction. Welcome to the Jet Command family. Today, we're taking you on one of the most exciting journeys in aviation history, because in this video, we will explore, one by one, the top 10 most powerful fighter jets in the world. But let's be clear from the start, this list was not made by looking at speed records or sleek designs alone. To understand the true strength of a fighter jet, you have to consider much deeper, much more critical factors. And that is exactly what we did. What makes a fighter jet truly powerful? Speed? Of course, that matters. Maneuverability? Absolutely. And what about radar invisibility? In today's modern era, that may be the most decisive factor of all. But here's the truth. A jet only becomes a legend if it can survive in the sky for long periods, protect its pilot, and strike its enemy faster than the enemy can react. When ranking these aircraft, we looked at speed, range, and climb rate, firepower and weapons technology, electronic warfare systems and radar evasion, combat durability, and of course, cost-to-performance ratio. Because even the most expensive jet in the world is useless if it can't protect its pilot or accomplish its mission in real combat. That's why this list is full of surprises. Some aircraft you've always considered legends might appear lower than you expect. Others, less talked about, but proven in the skies for decades, may rise much higher. Each one of these jets is not just a war machine, but a symbol of national power, technological mastery, and the will to dominate the skies. In many ways, these fighters are the signatures nations leave written across the sky. And let me warn you now, the jet at the very top of this list, when you hear its speed and its capabilities, it will send chills down your spine. It is armed with such cutting-edge technology that the pilot becomes more ghost than human, an invisible predator of the skies. So don't blink, because we are about to reveal these legends one by one. But remember, the most shocking revelation waits at the very end. Number 8, Eurofighter Typhoon. And now, at number 8, we have the pride of Europe, Britain's crown jewel, and one of NATO's most reliable guardians, the Eurofighter Typhoon. The Typhoon story began in the 1980s, born from Europe's shared need to counter the growing threat of Soviet fighter jets. The United Kingdom, Germany, Italy, and Spain joined forces to build a jet that no single country could afford to produce alone. Together, they created what would become Europe's shield in the skies, the Typhoon. From the very beginning, the Eurofighter Typhoon was designed as a pure air superiority fighter. Its delta wings, twin canards, and sharp aerodynamic lines gave it extraordinary agility. To fly this jet was to feel like the undisputed ruler of the skies. Its power came from two EJ200 turbofan engines. These engines weren't just strong, they were efficient enough to let the Typhoon cruise at supersonic speeds without even using afterburners. Imagine flying at Mach 1.5 for long periods. Fast, efficient, and lethal. But perhaps the most impressive features were its sensors. The Pirate IRST system could track enemy aircraft by their heat signatures without emitting a single radar signal. That gave the Typhoon a massive advantage, especially against stealth aircraft. Meanwhile, the Captor ASA radar allowed wide-angle scans, detecting and locking onto multiple targets at once. When it comes to weapons, the Typhoon evolved into a true multi-role destroyer. In close air combat, it carried AIM-9 Sidewinder and Iris-T missiles. At medium and long range, it unleashed AIM-120 AMRAAM and the deadly Meteor missiles. The Meteor, with a range exceeding 100 kilometers, created a terrifying no-escape zone for any enemy fighter caught in its path. And yet, time spares no one. The Typhoon is now approaching 3 decades of service. With the rise of new generation stealth fighters like the F-35, Su-57, and J-20, its once unmatched brilliance has begun to fade. That is why it finds itself here, in 8th place on our list. But make no mistake, the Eurofighter Typhoon remains one of the most reliable guardians of European skies, NATO's silent shield above the battlefield, and a legend forever etched into aviation history. And now, we move on to fighters that are deadlier, faster, and even more surprising, because the jet in the next spot will astonish you with both its speed and its resilience.